All right. Sorry for the music in the background. Still sleeping on the other side of the room. But we are going to be trading November 23rd. 23rd. Well, what happens to my voice? Sometimes random accents just pop out. I don't know. My mouse is not working for cuts and stuff. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna be trading November 23rd. It's the Monday, last Monday. Today, Sunday. Yeah, and then tomorrow we're gonna be trading sim trading live. I won't be recording just for much realism as possible. So we still like to draw our trends anyway, just for the sake of having our trends. To understand basically the overall what's going on. Yeah, it just fits nice and it's eye pleasing to see trends fit. Although I do like deleting them once deciding to do a trade. Like I like using them. We might just end up deleting them, but it's nice to draw trends like that. It's so satisfying, doesn't it? But yeah, we're suspecting a new high here, but we can't just assume that because sometimes it just doesn't happen and you're trying to go long when the market's really just telling you to go or the other way. But you know. Okay, so let's go ahead and analyze it super quick. It's 7:06 a.m. on this day. The market's pushing up. You could possibly have a lot of top pickers. We could potentially just use like previous levels of resistance here, maybe like right here, to say that, oh, that's where people are going to be selling, or that's where, you know. But a lot of the times people just, or the market behaves just accordingly to that day specifically. I remember, or the previous video, we used in the beginning of the video we tried to use the resistance, but it seemed like it wasn't really behaving from the previous day. Like the high was here and it just pushed down right there, and it looks super obvious. So it looks like not everybody uses the same. Whoa, did my voice change? Sounds cool. My voice sounds better right here, right? But yeah, anyway, that's exactly, oh man, this sounds nice and crispy. um yeah, so we're just gonna go ahead and analyze this quick. 2 minutes in the video to talk about nothing, or 3 minutes. So there's a level of resistance right there, as you can see. Bars close right here, comes and touches there. So now that's confirmed. We can suspect to have a lot of people selling, also a lot of people buying, just because of the overall uptrend as well as this guy right here. So that just one move right there can validate a lot of people going long, trying to trade the breakout, because that's what a lot of people like to do. So far there's no indication this is a range day besides this guy right here. There was no up down like that. It's been an uptrend all day. So there's we can't just predict that, oh yeah, there's a slight chance that we're gonna keep going up, because we have no idea. We just have to well, that's not what this trade is, this strategy is about. This strategy is about trying to figure out where people are placing their trade and just taking advantage of that. So here we got the trend up. So according to, I'm gonna try my best not to pause, or I mean the playback. Something you have to think about when trading these, or the best way to practice it, I think, would be to like just assume that a second entry is going to happen, and what would you do if you want to be buying or selling, because it's really kind of overwhelming to decide on every swing to be buying or selling. So just take a look at the market, and here we got a swing low first entry. So we don't have a first entry here, so we're okay to not worry about that, but you could potentially. So let me explain. So we got swing low first entry, right? Now we're going to think about whether we're going to be buying or selling. If we want to be selling, then we wait for the entry to set up on the other end. So go ahead and analyze it. I think specifically because of this guy right here, we don't want to be buying. So selling might be the better option, although I don't think we're going to get the setup. I think a lot of the times when you get these spikes, people like to sell them back down. And then a lot of the times what happens is this. We discussed this in a previous video as well. And it does that and then pushes down. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward this. So although the obvious thing here is to be like selling at these highs, it's actually not the most obvious for a lot of people who think they are for people who are trying to outsmart the market. Like going the opposite direction. And our strategy, I got carried away with just trying to go the opposite direction. So okay, so now we got the swing high, first entry, second entry. Now we're thinking about, is selling here a good strategy? And the setup looks pretty good. That's a leg and that's a leg. So this opportunity sets up for a sell, but in this case I don't think selling is actually a good idea anymore, just because we pushed down instead of doing what we were imagining, which was this. So now it's prices are pushing down. People are going to end up trying to sell this thing. So buying here is actually a better option. So we're going to stay out of this trade. Actually, I think it's a smart idea to do a non-obvious here, because a non-obvious would trigger at 75 and a half. So if we set our order right there, it'll push up enough to have everybody believe that we're going to keep going up. So if we get the order filled here, I think this is going to be a good trade, because then once it starts pushing up, people are going to think we're going to go ahead and break out, and that's going to make everybody start to buy the market, especially if we push up to this height. So we're going to do a non-obvious here. See how that goes. In this case, it pushed down a little bit too far. If it pulled up right here, I think it would have been okay, but we pushed down a little bit too far, so more than like halfway of this entire move. So it's really difficult to say that, or difficult. It's really tough to say that. What am I trying to say? Like, it's to assume that prices are going to keep going down, because everybody is suspecting, since we bounced off that high, I think a lot of people are going to be going short here. But at the same time, because of the crazy uptrend, people could be going long here, so we got to really decide right now. We did pause it, but I was on 8 times speed, so I didn't have time to think. I think there's so much resistance that people are going to keep selling this thing. I'm trying to pick top, so let's not enter here. I think the better option would be to go long in this case. And you would have got filled on the order on both of them, and yep, buying here would have been the better option, because a lot of people are just picking tops here. And this might even come all the way up. Wow, nice. It's so cool to be like, oh, this is gonna happen, and it happens. We have a swing low first entry. Oh my gosh, what the? Oh goodness gracious. We traded this live, by the way. I don't think we. Yeah, we didn't trade. We actually, on this specific day, I went to the doctor to follow up on COVID. Tested positive, and yeah. Well, this is gonna be a little difficult trade. I think this happens twice in the day, because now we got this 6-bar move, but the rest of the bars are not that crazy. I mean, there's this guy, but you know, we'll increase our order just a little bit, because a lot of these bars are still bigger than 2 points, and a lot of them are almost the full 6-pointer. All these guys are 4 points. Guys like more than 8 points. That's a pointer, about a 6-pointer. Yeah, we might just end up switching to a little bit higher contract. So it's a little bit. Which one? At 3 ticks. That's a 4 contract. Double. See, what does this add? Adds two. Yeah, we'll do this guy. I think I want to buy here just because of that big move there. Simply because of that move there. It looks like it's fooling the people who think they're fooling the people that are going long, and they're trying to go short. So we'll go for a non-obvious 4 ticker just because there's no actual trend. So 25 is. I just don't know where this next drop happens. I can't remember. That's why I'm a little hesitant to just like. Oh, and the crazy thing about this, I thought I was live. So I had placed my order in right here and it waiting to like buy, and it just went down and I was like, oh man, and I couldn't uh uh put my stop loss. Like my stop loss disappeared, so the market was just pushing down and I just had to click close, and I thought I just lost like 80 bucks trading one contract. But then it turns out it was sim, so God was watching over me on that for sure. Looks like we'll place it right here. Alright, and we just got filled on the order. There's a swing low, first entry, second entry. I could imagine that people are assuming that we're coming back to the other side over here. Hopefully adding the 2 ticks to this guy is enough. Maybe unless we had to do the 3 ticker or the 4 ticks to the contract size. I am very nervous about this trade. Yeah, I think I'm pretty confident in this now. Not that. Okay, let's discuss what's going on again. We got this crazy spike down. We got the trend up and a great second entry. But the thing is that I can imagine that after bouncing off of there, people are gonna try and sell all the way back over here, just because we bounced that hard off of those highs, which is probably enough for the market to push up. But then again, this wasn't triggered by everyone's trades. Oh, we came to the tick, so boy. So yeah, I think 2 ticks was too much. Might have to go back to the. Because yeah, this is still an original day besides these guys, so make it oh, we were right all along. Come on, come on, push on up, push on up a little bit more. We're on 10 times the speed, by the way, ever since we got triggered. There it is. Nice. Will we get the scalp? That'll be interesting. Probably. So nice, we were able to predict that. Where would our stop be if we didn't do the 2 ticker? Maybe we would have got stopped out. So that's 1 point away, 2 points away. Yeah, right here, we would have got stopped out. So, so good thing we did increase our size. Good thing. No, because we would have got the scalp and then it would have pushed out. Well, we got the scalp anyway. Right, so maybe adding the 2 ticks was okay. Okay, so we still have enough time in the day to just play this one out normally. I'm not gonna go ahead and speed it up. I think we're or maybe we will. Yeah, let's go ahead and speed it up. Why not? We'll see. Because the thing you really gotta really something you really gotta get used to is just being patient and waiting for those trades. Because a lot of times you're sitting here for hours and then you finally get a setup and it's a bad setup, but you take it anyway just because you haven't had a trade. So that's something every trader I think would struggle with, no matter what pattern you're doing or strategy. Yeah, it's human nature, right? Okay, so we might get a second entry set up here. So I'm gonna try my best not to speed it up, but it's 8:12 a.m. right now, so the market's gonna open soon. Swing low first entry. Let's decide what we want to be doing here. So as the old folks would say, this is a closing triangle. I don't know what old folks means, but that's a, what is that, flag they call it? I have no idea what to do with those. But let's try to decide what people are doing. Swing high first entry, second entry. This one could have worked. I didn't even know. Actually, no. Last swing high is up here. If we get a setup there, gotta be a good one, and we would. So it really depends on which way this breaks out first. So this closing, like, there's support here and there's resistance here, and depending on which way it decides to break out will determine whether we're buying or selling. At this point, I would say buying is probably the better option, just because of that huge move there and the fact that that was retested a lot of times. Did I say selling? I mean buying is the best option because of this and because of that. So that's gonna make a lot of people think that we're coming back to the other side, but there's actually no actual evidence to be like, oh, we're going back to the other side, because we're already hitting all the support that we need. We're already hitting the resistance. There's no like actual fact that, oh look, there's a downtrend. There's no actual evidence to say, oh, we're going to the other side here, even though we most definitely possibly could and probably will. But alright, so even though we just got filled to the tick, yeah, not to the tick, but barely got the scalp and it pushed back down, our stop was right here at, where was it? So it's 1 point, 2 point, plus 1, plus 2 ticks, right? 1, 2 at 25, and it would have came, no, our stop would have been right here. We still would have got the scalp. Isn't that interesting? Just checking up on the ES to see if it works out as well, and it's actually an even better entry. You would have entered at 75, so your stop would have been lower and your exit point would have been lower as well. So yeah, it's 8:30 in the market now. Alright, actually I'm just gonna go ahead and stop talking. I'm gonna discuss all the trades to take, but my daughter Stella is sleeping, so I don't want to be talking so loud anymore. So I'm just gonna try to do my best to not use the mic and trade, because that's something I really have to get used to, because right now I got really used to using the mic and trading and speaking out everything, and it's been really helpful by the looks of it so far. Unless we've just been getting super lucky. That's probably the case actually. But yeah, I just gotta get used to not using the mic. So I'll be discussing the trades, but after I've taken them, probably at the end of the day. We'll see. Okay. Oh, all right. I'm trading the day. It's 10:11 a.m. on this day. I wanted to talk about something. Stella's awake now. She's playing, but let's go ahead and talk about this specific trade right here. We had a swing high first entry, second entry. We did not enter it. I just assumed that people were gonna end up selling anyway, just because of that strong trend there, and it just seemed like people were waiting for an opportunity to sell, and but when you get a pull down like that, people are gonna end up buying because of this low thing. But there's something I really wanted to talk about, which was the fact that, what was it, man? All right, that people who have seen this are going long. So people have their stops in several places, here, here, and here, and I had like thinking like the just in case kind of traders, like I'm gonna buy here because just in case it does a two-legged pullback and we actually go all the way back to the top. So those are the trades I really didn't think about. I was thinking about the ones that were gonna try to get back to the other side and just keep shorting this thing. But once you see that, people are gonna buy somewhere just in here and just move their stop. So thinking about those traders, that happens because a lot of these people have to exit because everybody's picking this bottom, especially since we've been on the uptrend kind of, and we're kind of hitting the lows. We came off the lows there, I guess, and yeah. And I circled this guy here because we had this swing low first entry, second entry, but we decided not to take it just because of this, what happens here. We had swing low first entry, second entry, and but going along here, it's I forgot what I was thinking. That's why I circled it, man. Right. So we've been on this uptrend all day. Then we get this crazy spike. Then we get this weak trend down. Sort of a weak trend. Actually, it's a pretty strong one. But I don't think that's enough to convince people that this is going to keep pushing down. And so once, and so we get this downtrend. Then we get this pullback here. And I actually think people are going to be selling, yeah. Which is, no, I think people are going to be buying here. I knew people were buying. I just can't remember the reason why. I guess it was the vibe I just had. And that's a weird thing to say, but it's we've been on this uptrend, and that's the first correction. And I think because of this big trend here, I think there was a lot of people kind of just using that as what do we call it, like a spike, and people were trying to buy the correction. And so that's the main reason we didn't take the trade, but the trade works out anyway. If you would have took the one ticker, it works out. But yeah, I remember that was the main. Oh, I can't really remember what was the reason. I need to remember. It was such a good reason too, man. Dang. Yeah, I just don't think everybody would have been selling here. I think the semi-smart traders, I hate calling them semi-smart traders, the specific group traders would be buying here because of that. Not because it's super obvious, but because they're trying to outsmart the people who are going short here and who are going to keep on going short. Don't do that, Nate. And so that's when this occurs. And then we had a trade here, swing low first entry, second entry. This was a really nice trade. We were suspecting people to go short here just because of this here now. Now we got a strong trend down, and people were looking for an opportunity to enter there. This was their opportunity. Good two-legged pullback, and we buy there, and we get the scalp. Both the scalp and the runner. There's a swing high first entry, second entry here. Did we talk about this already? Or did I miss this? I think we talked about it, right? No, I think we just talked about this. Oh, did we talk about this? Yeah, we did talk about this. I don't remember what I said though. Yeah, we did talk about it. Okay. Oh, we got a setup. I think selling here is actually the best idea. Because people are buying this all the way down. People are picking bottoms, and selling here is actually the better option. So we're not going to be taking this. After spikes like that, people are looking for the bottoms of this thing, and so people are going to be buying here. People have lost money, people get emotional. It's like halfway through the day, you can kind of imagine the human nature. The thing they would be thinking is to be like, oh man, I went with the trend, maybe they got stopped out a bunch of times already, and now they're like, all right, finally here's my opportunity. Since I got stopped out going with the trend, let me go against the trend, stuff like that. That's just not necessarily that's exactly what happened, but in this case, after this leg right here, I'm trying my best to describe what I'm thinking right now. Okay, now I think this is a good opportunity to be buying. It's a great setup going short. We pushed up higher than I suspected. I thought this would trigger right here, then push on up. But since this is doing a good pullback, I think enough people are going to be convinced that we're going to keep going down. Yeah, I don't think I think this setup looks good enough for people to be selling here, to finally get their order in the market. And we'll go off an obvious one ticker here. Weird. Only a couple of our contracts got filled. There's the runner. Okay. And we went for the obvious because of the trend down. It's been on a trend all day, so this is a good opportunity for people to enter the market here. We're 10x the speed, 15x the speed. Oh, now it's starting to look like prices might be shooting on down. Prices look like they're working up, so people are gonna start buying areas, which is worrying me. No, I think we're okay because I think everybody's still trying to sell this thing. Yeah, I think should be okay. 20 times the speed. Ooh, we were wrong. So a 4 ticker probably would have been the better option. I think I did the 1 ticker just because you saw how quick I put it in, but a 4 ticker would have been the better case because that's a spike, not really a channel. And we were like in the lows, yeah. So a 4 ticker was probably the better option, especially after spikes. After spikes, you usually want to go for 4 tickers. So going for the 4 ticker would have worked. Your trade would have got triggered at 75, and yeah, you would have easily got that scalp. So yeah. Yeah, so that would have worked out. So something interesting happened. The ES triggers the 1 tick and you get the scalp.
So we're going to be making these reactor casings here. This is going to be used quite a bit, so you're going to need to make quite a bit of these. But in order to make that, we're going to need to go ahead and make these reactor casing cores. Here's the recipe. That's what it looks like.
It's an interesting thing going on here.
Now you're probably want to make, like, depending on the size of the reactor, I would just say like a safe 6 stacks of these. So you're going to need a lot. Next, we're going to make the brain of the reactor, which is the reactor controller. It needs a respirator, diamond, or next.
But then maybe live it looked different, you know. We got a second entry short here, but I think the better option would be to sell, to be honest. I think a lot of people are going to be buying, especially with that here, and yeah, with that here, and then the lows being right here. I think a ton of people are going to end up trying to buy, or picking bottoms at least.
In the middle for its.
Do I need glass? I guess I need the reactor glass. Do I actually need the glass? No.
So that makes sense. All right, so now that we have our essential blocks made up, we're going to go ahead and build the most minimum reactor you can possibly build. You will build
Your order has been submitted.
I'm sorry.
Who did the
Ray,
first
I
kill?
failed you.
Oh.
It's like Uno's dead, it's Jade.
Looking kind of clean.
Scan.
Oh, okay, so he wouldn't murder me here, and then I was like, oh my god, it must be them both, and then you reported, I was like, never mind, it's not, it's just Jan. It was the way your defense was, I didn't see the body.
Jesus.
Oh, Jody? Alright. She might kill me here. Or she'll think I'm innocent even when I don't have a med scan.
Is he really scanning? Okay, I believe it. I need to turn my brain on. I feel like my brain is off. Should I go to electrical? I mean, I'm already. Oh, it'd be more sus if I didn't go to electrical.
Wait, I've been recording this entire time. Oh gosh. Alright, so you saw I got triggered.
We hit the target.
Oh boy. So I think, oh,
Nice. We hit
we
the
got lucky
target.
there. I'm so sorry for sit through that. Or maybe, obviously, you could have just fast forwarded. I'm gonna wait. Yeah, just so you know in the video that. I mean, okay. But yeah, we sold here just because people were buying here. At the lows, that huge trend up. Yeah. And then especially after that pull back up and people started seeing that, people started buying there, and then that pushed the market down. So good trade. Let's see if we could get to 100. That'd be nice. Alright, it's been a little while since we I said anything, but obviously not for you. But we have a swing low here, first entry, second entry, but we want to be selling here. Just because it's been on the uptrend, it's consolidating. People are just still trying to buy based on the previous market over here. People trying to come back over here. You would want to be selling here actually. So we're not taking a position here. Yeah. Alright, it looks like that's gonna be it for this. It's 147 on the 148 on the playback, and get a swing low, first entry, second entry, but you want to be selling here. I would imagine just because everybody's just trying to buy this thing, trying to trade this breakout here, because there's no evidence that we're going in the other direction yet. So I would imagine people will be buying here. Yes, which is gonna push the market down. You want to be selling. Okay, so I think that's it. I think we just talked about this one, right? Oh, there was this guy. I didn't even notice. Yeah, there was a swing high for some. Looks like you would have got that on a non-obvious 4 ticker. I just didn't take it, to be honest. Tree would have been right here. What are we doing? 8-point scalp. And maybe if you got lucky on the exact tick, then you would have got it. But honestly, after that, you would go along there. You would want to be going along. Because at that point, the market's pushing up, and it looks like it's starting to reverse after getting denied there. And there's a little bit of a trend there. People are going to be going short. So going long there is actually the better bet. Honestly. No, I did not just make that up to just get the trade. No, seriously, that's. I would admit to it if I just made it up and just been like, I don't know what I'm talking about. Which is 99% of the time. Alright, that's gonna be it for this video. Let's fast forward. We got 10 minutes left. Highly doubt we'll get us set up, but you never know. New swing low, new swing high. Actually, no swing low on the ES, just a new swing high. And the market pushes up. 5 minutes left. Will we get a setup? Congestion. That'll be at 2 o'clock. Reason we stop at 2 o'clock is just because if you have a trade that you take at 2:15, your broker might kick you out at 2:30, so you might end up losing money. But yeah, that's it for this. Thank you everybody watching this